Consider the following directed line segment AB. What are the coordinates of the point that partitions segment AB according to a part-to-part ratio of 1 to 5? So they may show you how to do it very algebraically in the information in the lesson, and that's really great if you're an algebraic learner. I am a visual learner, and I know that there is a time and a place for each tool. So right now they're giving me a graph, so I know that my tool, how I do this, is going to be quicker for me than doing the formula that they show in the lesson. So this is how I do it. So the first thing I do is I find out what is the part-to-part ratio. The part-to-part ratio is 1 to 5. So now I'm going to convert that to part-to-whole ratio. So what this part-to-part ratio is saying is that they want one portion of this segment to be separated by this point, and then they want 5 more segments after. So how many total segments do they have? 1, 2, 3. So this would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 segments after and 1 segment before. So the total number of segments that there is, would be 6. So there is a total number of 6 segments, and so the part-to-whole ratio would be 1 to 6. Now the reason why I'm sticking with 1 is because this is a directed line segment and they started from A, and from point A to point B they just want 1 segment away from point A and then the point. So that's why I kept this 1. Part to whole. 1 segment away from point A compared to the 6 segments in the whole directed line segment. So now I know something about distance. I know that horizontal and vertical distance has a relationship to this directed line segment. So I'm going to first find the distance of vertical from A to B. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12. So the vertical distance is 12 units. Now if you're doing the algebraic, this would be represented by adding the y coordinates together. You would end up with 12. Now if we do a horizontal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So horizontal distance is 6, and again if you're doing the algebra, this is finding you would be adding the x coordinates together. So this is 6 units long. So now I just want to know a part of it that's 1 to 6. Well, what is that as a fraction or as a percentage? How can I convert that to a fraction? So I'm going to convert to a fraction, which would be 1 divided by 6. So I only want to go 1/6 of this distance vertically down. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to take 1/6 and I'm going to multiply it by 12. Now if you type this out in your calculator, it gives you 2 units. So I know that to be 1/6 of the way down, I'm going to be down 2 units right here. So now we're going to do likewise to the horizontal distance. So we're going to do 1/6 of the distance horizontally. We're going to times that by 12. That's going to equal 6, and that is going to equal 1 unit. So now I know that from A, I got to just go over 1 unit horizontally right here, and it ends right there. So where these two intersect, this distance comes up here and this distance comes over here, and it intersects on this line segment AB. That is the point that is 1/6 of the way down the directed line segment. So the coordinates here would be 0, 4. So that's how I use the graph and just my information about vertical distances and horizontal distance and how they relate to that directed line segment.